Hello and welcome to our 2-hour review from the first test between Australia and Pakistan of 2002. The venue for the series opener, Colombo, Sri Lanka, after security fears in Pakistan forced administrators to select a neutral ground. Australia welcomed back Test captain Steve Waugh, brother Mark and opener Justin Langer for the first time since the completion of their successful 3-test tour of South Africa 6 months earlier. Shane Warne, Brett Lee, Jason Gillespie and Glenn McGrath completed the bowling lineup. For Pakistan, well, their team was weakened by the withdrawal of former captain Wasim Akram, Inzamam Al-Haq and Syed Anwar. Captain Waqar Younis headed a list of relatively inexperienced test players with the exception of fellow paceman Shoaib Akhtar, spinner Saqlain Mushtaq, keeper Rashid Latif and all-rounder Abdul Razak. Steve Waugh won the toss and decided to bat on a relatively grassless pitch, which was the subject of pre-match controversy when Waqar Younis ordered the track to meet his team's requirements. We head to the middle now for the opening over, where Justin Langer is facing the Pakistan captain.
Away it goes. Now that then looked as though it may have just got through to the gully fieldsman. Look, Sami there in the gully. It looked as though that first shot was in the air, certainly there, and looks as though it may have got to him.
Very lucky for Justin Langer and unlucky for Waqar Younis. A bit of bounce. And the ball was wobbling, and Abdul Sami fielding at gully. That's a big let-off. Could have put a lot of pressure on the Australian battle line.
Well, what a start that would have been for Pakistan. Once again, Justin Langer showing the intention of the Australians. We saw it all last summer in Australia, that the openers like to get on top of the bowlers early. Now, the first ball in there, it seems a little bit ridiculous, you know, to take the initiative right from the very first ball.
Well, Justin Langer saw the opportunity to hit the ball through square area on the offside, but wasn't able to control the stroke, wasn't able to keep it down. But good thing for him, he's off the mark.
Now, Waqar Younis. And away it goes. That is a great shot from Matthew Hayden. Just hoiked it away short of a length and quick as a flash. Just clipped it off the hip for 4 runs.
Well, that's his signature shot, isn't it? Once again, Waqar Younis not learning from the lessons he had during that series in Kenya. He was penalized by Matthew Hayden in that particular area. On that particular delivery, just short of the length, and it was easily picked up by Matthew Hayden. That's a good start.
Oh, an indifferent start for Waqar. Catch dropped off the first ball, put away for 4 off the second. And a little bit of seam. That's a better delivery from Waqar Younis. It's an eventful start to this test match. The first test of a 3-test match series. And that's the first delivery. Justin Langer cutting it away just to the left of Sami. Did well to get across there, mind you. But unfortunately, wasn't able to hang on to it.
It was a good attempt. He dived full length. And had the ball hit the sweet part of the hand, the ball would have stuck.
Plenty of carry in this pitch. Waqar Younis not at full pace just yet. But that had nice carry through to Latif.
Although the seam was wobbling, but look at the bounce. Wicketkeeper collecting the ball with the upper cup. But that's a good sign for the bowlers and also for the batsmen as well. If there is a consistent bounce in the wicket, they can back themselves up in order to play their strokes.
And that's in the air now. This is a real chance for Pakistan. Imran Nazir taking the catch. And what an eventful first over this has been. We saw Langer dropped off the first delivery. Hayden putting the second one away for a boundary. And that shot was a totally ambitious shot from Matthew Hayden, and he's paid the penalty for it.
Huge wicket for Pakistan. When you're looking to pull the ball, you've got to take the ball at the arm length. It wasn't the case. It was cramped for room. In the end, that was a short-arm jab, open face of the bat, big edge, and first wicket gone. Matthew Hayden on the way back. Australia 5 for 1.
Nicely driven, straight down the ground. That's 4 runs. You pay the penalty when there's no mid-on. So that's a handy 4 to Ricky Ponting. 14 for 1. Now, thick outside edge, 4 runs. Even though there's a lot of rain last night here in Colombo, this outfield is lightning, particularly when it picks up an outside edge like that.
Now, that's his favourite area, isn't it? Justin Langer loves to play towards the third man. Even on the full toss, just open the face of the bat and the ball sliced and went into the gap. Easy pickings for Justin Langer.
Wasn't entirely happy with it. He'll take the 4 runs. Hasn't been easy out there so far for Justin Langer. Has a great record against Pakistan, averaging 44 overall in Test cricket. Now that is a better shot. That is the best shot that we've seen from today. Just leant into that shot. The placement was perfect, and in some ways that should be a confidence booster.
Yeah, minimal effort and maximum result. Look at that stroke. Beautifully placed. Wasn't looking to hit the ball very hard. Sort of a check drive. Went all along the ground and raced away towards the boundary line. See that lies lighting up when he saw that half volley outside the off stump.
Oh, that's so easy for Ricky Ponting. He loves them in that area. That's gone away quickly to the boundary.
Well, he's always very quick to hop on the shorter delivery. Waqar Younis, I'm surprised he's dropped this one in. It's probably not that bad a delivery, but it hasn't bounced high enough to put him into any difficulty here. Ponting all the time in the world. Just rocks back onto that back foot. Tries to get forward, but he does move quickly. Good footwork on him. Gets back quickly and just hammers that. Waqar disappointed with that one there.
Langer will put that away quite easily. Had a lot of time really to swivel and play that pull shot.
Well, he fancies the hook shot too as well, Langer. He's good square of the wicket. And got him behind this one. Kept over the top of it too as well. And just pushed this one straight through square, mid-wicket. It's not what you call a bad delivery, really. It's got up on him, but he's played that pretty well. Underneath there, Johnett made sure he got right over the top of that. Now that's caused another field change. Another man coming across the onside. They like putting 2 men out, don't they, at the moment? Not that they've got much work out. This time he's about 3/4 of the way to the fence, the man behind square.
That's a nice try. That'll earn him another boundary. That's a very good shot.
Yes, he's tried to bluff him there with the field change, putting the 2 men out, but then he's just dished up, well, a nice whitish half volley outside off stump, and Langer was quick onto this one. So the runs just starting to come for Australia. Hasn't been that easy to start with, but a few boundaries now. We didn't get that too well either. The bat wasn't too square on this shot. You'll see from here, it's closed off.
Once again in that area, and once again a boundary. This is very good batting by the left-hander here. Long chase for Abdul Razak, but the ball beating him quite easily in the end.
Well, that brings up the 52 as well for Australia. Waqar Younis is trying to get him to go for the well, outside off, but he's just getting him too far up there. He's more looking for the slash in the gully area there. He just hasn't got the line too right. The length is too full. He has an onside field set to make him try to stay back on his back foot. He's trying to get the ball up further to try and get any movement, but unfortunately there's not much happening out there for him other than a lot of sweat and a lot of hard work.
Once again, being driven through that vacant mid-off, because mid-off is little square through the offside, and once again the same result. So 4 boundaries in this over.
Well, that's 4 out of 5 deliveries too as well. Straight down the ground again. This one's a touch shorter, but Langer's just hit through the line this time. There's very little movement, no swing. Very minimal amount of seam. And Langer again. I don't think he's really timed one of them perfectly yet, but they're gone for 4. It's got enough on him with the field up.
Just a little bit short that time, and Ricky Ponting's always very, very quick to pounce on that, and he's got it away for 4. Very, very good shot.
Not a great delivery from Abdul Razak. With this pace, he requires to ball up to the batsman, and especially the batsman having survived Shoaib Akhtar and Abdul Sami. That was a gift.
Oh, that's a very good shot. That's a wonderful shot. Well in front of square on the leg side. 4 runs. Too short again from Abdul Razak.
It was too short, no doubt about it. But great footwork. And he wrenching the ball towards mid-wicket area for 4 runs. You can't bowl this line to Ricky Ponting. He loves playing this stroke.
He's been feasting on that. Quite a few pull shots so far in this innings. The boundary takes him now to 33. Oh, that's a good shot. That's a lovely shot from Ricky Ponting. He loves playing that straight drive. So once again, the length is not spot on from Abdul Razak and punished.
Straightest delivery from Abdul Razak and overpitched. And once again, boundary was the result. Right out of the middle of the bat. Full face, and the placement was great. Look at that. 65 deliveries for the first 50, and for the second 39 deliveries. They're accelerating.
Brilliant. Absolutely superb. That is magnificent from Ricky Ponting.
No consistent line from Mohammad Sami. Once again, after bowling 2 good deliveries, followed it up with a long hop outside the off stump and got the treatment what it deserved. Rocking back on the back foot, freeing his arms, hitting the ball into the gap right out of the middle of the bat. 4 runs was the result.
And some more. That's another fine shot from Ricky Ponting. Takes him to another Test 50 and also brings up the 100 stand between these two. This has been fascinating stuff from Australia after a bit of a dodgy start, but now they're playing superbly.
Only 57 deliveries he took. Ricky Ponting hitting 9 boundaries in his 53 runs, and also the partnership is of 103 runs. It has been a great going for the Australian team, having elected to bat. Look at that delivery once again. It was short. Plenty of time for Ricky Ponting to rock on the back foot, roll his wrist over the ball in order to place the ball away from that square leg field spin.
That's a lovely drive, and brings up its 50 with a classic cover drive.
Well, that was a good shot. Just over pitch there from Sir Klein. And Langer quickly onto that one. There's the Australian dressing room, the applause there. So another half century chalked up here. This time it's Langer. 9 boundaries in his 53 so far. Just 59 balls too as well. That's a worry, isn't it, for the stats, for the coach for Pakistan.
Oh, that's a lovely shot. That really is a glorious straight. Everything was absolutely spot on there by Ricky Ponting, and it brings up the 150.
And what a way to bring it up. Interesting battle in the previous over between Ponting and Sir Klein. This is a beautiful shot. Great use of the feet, right to the pitch of the ball. Didn't try to hit it too hard. 4 runs.
That's a beautiful cut shot. Ricky Ponting will get another boundary.
This has been the problem with the Pakistani bowlers, especially the second-string bowlers like Razak. They haven't been able to maintain the pressure on these two Australian batsmen. And almost every over, they're offering the Australian batsmen a bit of room outside the off-stump, and they have been treated in a similar fashion.
Caught behind, and that's the angle that we were talking about. He pushes it away from Justin Langer, picks up the outside edge. It just barely got through to Rashid Latif, who made a good catch at the end. Not easy to sometimes judge whether you got to come forward to get the gloves underneath it, but that's a handy breakthrough.
Well, it is a handy breakthrough. Just what Keith Stackpole said, he fished at that one, just carried to Latif. That's a good catch, that. A low bounce, but it did move away from him, and Langer tickled at that one. So Langer goes for 72, and the second wicket down for 188. Well, that's a good shot. He's worked that right through the middle. That's going to be his 100. That'll probably go for a boundary too as well. Ricky Ponting certainly does. Beautiful shot there for Ponting. He waves his bat, and the teammates up in applause to him. A very good innings from Ricky Ponting here. That is his 11th Test century as well, and his second one against Pakistan.
A great way in which to bring up the century. There's just a solitary slip in there, so Waqar Younis was trying to put the squeeze on Ricky Ponting. But that was a magnificent shot, and probably as good as any of those 4s that he has hit.
Well, don't bother chasing that one. That's a short one again from Sir Clay. He's dropped a couple of those in, but this time to Ricky Ponting, he's just, well, pulled that one away through square. Nobody out there. There's a man behind square, but there's no chance for that. Just a bad delivery. Wide of the crease again, and just too short.
It was the quicker one. Footwork at Ponting was terrific. Judged that one to perfection. Quickly realised it was short.
Well, he's miscued that. He's still got a fair way. It's got to go for 4. He meant to hit that on the onside. It's gone over the offside. And the last ball of the over, another boundary. 202 as well for 2.
Squeezed that one through about 3rd slip, 4th slip maybe, and raced away for 4. So he's got off the mark. Mark Waugh.
Not a confident stroke from Mark Waugh. Once again, throwing his bat away from the body, edging it. But he was lucky there wasn't a 3rd slip.
Yes, he was basically, I think, beaten for pace here. You can see that he plays the ball very late indeed, and then just squeezes it through that vacant region. It was in the air for some distance, but it went like a tracer bullet. It's a good shot. Gone over the top this time. Very, very good shot indeed. 1 bounce 4.
Great timing from Ricky Ponting once again. Came down to the track with all the certainty, and then whipping the ball over the head of mid-wicket. 1 bounce over the boundary line for 4 runs. That's great batting. He's flowing in confidence.
That's a good shot. Back at a square on the offside. No point running for that. 4 more.
Once again, not maintaining a good line and length. Shoaib Akhtar offering a lot of width outside the off stump. And it was overpitched. All Mark Waugh had to do was just swing his bat, got the ball in the middle, away from the fieldsman at point, and the ball went racing away towards the boundary line. This stroke is going to give a lot of confidence to Mark Waugh.
Oh, that's beautifully played. That really is very well played by Mark Waugh. Superb timing again.
Sublime is the word. What a beautiful stroke that was. Once again, not shy of using his feet, came down to the track, delayed his stroke a bit in order to place the ball away from those fieldsmen placed at mid-wicket and widest mid-wicket.
The thing to watch for here is just how he adjusts at the last minute and just gets that front leg away to the leg side a fraction so he can play with the spin.
Now that's short, pulled away by Ponting. Lovely shot. With this old ball, you must keep the ball up further than that.
Yeah, half-tracker again. How many times are we going to see this today? Waka Yunus again. He did this morning a few times too. I don't know what he's testing Ricky Ponting out for. Not on 120 odd. Ponting just, well, that was just a casual pull shot half hook. Bang, just lofted it. No effort there whatsoever. Straight off the middle of the bat.
Short again. 4 runs. Well, slow learners Pakistan today, particularly the captain. Far too short, and Ricky Ponting has shown that he's played that hook shot absolutely superbly today, and once again displays it to Waqar Younis. 264 for 2. 24 overs remaining before that second new ball becomes available for Pakistan. Well, that's a long, long way off. And still a lot of batting to come for the Aussies. Straight drive. That is a beautiful shot from Ricky Ponting. 4 runs. No better shot hit today than that one.
Well, this ball actually tailed in a little bit too as well, but the trouble is it tailed right into the middle of the bat. Now watch, it just reverses in a little bit and bang, straight in the middle.
Now as a batsman, Tomo, and you're facing one of the best fast bowler that's been in world cricket in recent years, and you smash him straight down the ground like that, it gives you a great deal of satisfaction as a batsman.
Live it up yet, boys. Every dog has his day.
Short. Wasn't all that short that we've seen from some other deliveries. It just smashed away from Ricky Ponting. Didn't even get onto the back foot on that occasion. Virtually swatted it away with the front foot coming down the pitch.
Well, again, it's one bad ball and he's brought a man from offside across. Now that's a bad ball. And straight away he's brought a man across to mid-wicket. Now, you know, in other words, he's got an each-way bet. There's the man at deep fine, a man at square, the mid-wicket. They're the men I'm talking. That fella right in the middle of your screen, he's just brought him there to cover the bad shot. So now he's just got an each-way field, big gaps around. So if he bowls anywhere half-volley bad ball, Ponting, if he picks the gap, it's going to disappear.
Caught at first slip, so Waqar Younis has the last laugh. Yunus Khan at first slip. It went quick and low to his right-hand side. So the end of Ricky Ponting, perhaps getting just a little too ambitious. He'd played a couple of beautiful shots in this over. And this is how he was dismissed.
Well, I'm not quite sure what he did here. Didn't swing at all. Just didn't get to the pitch of the ball. Ponting on the move there, nicked it. It carried to first slip. There was no swing. Ponting just didn't get to the pitch of the ball. Simple catch there. So Ponting dismissed, 141. Very good innings for him. So Pakistan strike their third wicket, 272.
And to take you through the next half hour, just watching that lovely cover drive from Mark Waugh, it's Mike Hazeman, and with him Ramiz Raja.
Thanks, Keith. Yes, that was a glorious stroke all along the carpet. Just leaning into it and just easing the ball through the gap on the offside. Nothing too extravagant, but right out of the middle, and it raced away and cleared those crows.
He's a very elegant player, Mark Waugh. And that's a lovely cover drive.
Worked away. That's a very good shot. Backward to square on the leg side. A boundary to finish the over. 61 overs gone now. 288 for 3. He simply says that when it does wear out, he just gets another one. Another couple of runs for Mark Waugh. And that's 50 for him. He moves to 51 and also 8,000 test runs. He's the 11th batsman to do that in test match cricket, the 3rd Australian after Alan Border and brother Steve.
It's been a remarkable career for Mark Waugh.
Well, he's thrown this one up. He lofted it, and Mark Waugh well accommodated there. Neither of these two, the 300's brought up too with that stroke. Neither of these scared to hit the ball in the air, and that's exactly what he does. Lobs it up slowly, down the pitch he comes and smacks that straight over the man at mid-on. Show back to down there. And the 300 up. He's absolutely hammered that one. Well, this time he's held it back. This is a better delivery. Held it back again. Mark Waugh down the pitch. Just struck a good delivery, and all he's done is hit back a simple catch there to Sir Clain. So he gets his first wicket, and that's a big wicket too as well.
Well, that was a good delivery from Sir Clain Mushtaq, but ordinary stroke from Mark Waugh. He was looking to get down to the pitch of the ball. Couldn't really get to the pitch. Tried to check his strokes, but in the end, played the ball with a stern hand. And simple catch in the end for Sir Clain Mushtaq. That's his first wicket in this test match. Mark Waugh is walking back to the pavilion after scoring 55. 302 for 4, Australia.
Well, there's Steve Waugh. That's his answer to one in the slot, and that's gone for 6. Did the ball? Well, he dropped it. There's a ball out there. Nearly caught it. He's wringing his hands. Steve Waugh. It is one of his favourite shots, and he just helps this one over mid-wicket for 6. 319 for 4.
An edge, and umpire will give that as out. So a major blow there being inflicted by the Pakistani. Sir Clain Mushtaq, the bowler, and caught at leg gully. Yunus Khan, the fielder.
Now, this is what I was saying, Rameez, about when you tighten up. And you can tell Steve Waugh, clearly worried by the overhead conditions, just tightened up. Thought they'll just play that one around the leg side, little edge onto the pad, and a good catch at leg slip there. For just a moment, didn't look as though it was going to carry. And look at Rashid Latif. He's up supporting his bowl, and so that's the 2nd wicket. Sir Clain Mushtaq. The end of Steve Waugh, a disappointing end for him, out for 31, and Australia losing their 5th wicket with 329 on the board.
Updating Fox Sports News, St George Illawarra coach Andrew Farrar has been sacked by the club with 1 year remaining on his contract. He'll be replaced next season by former Dragons captain Nathan Brown. Just 29 years of age, Brown coached the club's Jersey Flegg side to this year's grand final. Murray Daly will also take up a consultancy position with the team. A new initiative in this year's ING Cup with a $5,000 prize on offer for the best all-rounder of the series. And Tiger Woods has signed up yet another lucrative sponsorship deal, this time joining forces with watchmaker Tag Heuer. We'll have full details of all the day's sporting action coming up tonight in Fox Sports News at 7 o'clock Eastern.
He's the man of the moment. He deserves all the success he gets. He is Mr. MotoGP. He's a likeable personality. He's got a bit of mischief about him. As a personality, as a person, he has done so much for the sport.
It's easy to go on and on about world champ Valentino Rossi. See what all the fuss is about at the Malaysian Grand Prix live. Round 14 of the MotoGP, Sunday afternoon from 1 on 1.
The more I see you, the more I want you. The more I see you, as years go by, I know the only one for me.
An easier way to see all the features on the all-new Camry is at your local Toyota dealer. The more you see, the more you want.
A test of fluctuating fortunes.
Have you seen a more captivating session in your entire life than this one?
Australia dominated.
That's a big wicket. That is a huge wicket.
Squandered.
4 wickets for no runs in 6 balls.
Edged and dropped.
Then regained control.
And the Australians absolutely jubilant.
But wait.
There's more to come.
The series has just begun. Live from Sharjah, the second test starts Friday afternoon at 4 on 2.
Well, the umpires there having a look at the light meter there. The new batsman, Adam Gilchrist. They don't believe in sending the night watchman. Adam Gilchrist, the left-hander, will take the strike. 32 matches, over 2,000 runs, and look at that average. 60. 600s, 1150s. And we don't have a strike rate there, but is a great entertainer. The strike rate must be up in the 90s.
One of the few batsmen that's played that quantity of test matches and averaging 60. Only 3 Australians have averaged 60 in test cricket. Great Sir Donald Bradman, Sid Barnes, and Adam Gilchrist is up there with him, or with them. Now the umpires, they produce the light meter, so it must be just getting a little dark out there, but they've decided to play on.
Saqlain Mushtaq attacking here. Slip, silly mid-off, short leg. Adam Gilchrist on strike. Saqlain has settled down quite nicely there. He's picked up 2 wickets. The second one, a big one. Now here he bowled that straighter one, and it bounced a little bit extra. And so Steve Waugh really had to play it down, had to really come down on it with soft hands. Couldn't keep that under control, and a very good catch by Yunus Khan.
I must say, I like the positioning of the slips at the moment. They're pretty well staggered, but also they're not too deep. The track, particularly from the end that Waqar Younis is bowling at the moment, is dying a little bit, and they're in the right spot, so any nick should carry. Well, that's a good shot. That's a lovely shot from Damien Martyn. Beautiful timing, right out of the middle, and raced away for 4.
Was right there in the slot for Damien Martyn. Pitched up, a bit of room outside the off stump. Not quite getting to the pitch, but keeping a very close eye, just opening the face at the last moment in order to place the ball between those 2 fieldsmen at point and cover. Every little note about that stroke was perfect, and a great result.
Now, there you see what I mean there. He's just bowled that, dragged it wide, and Damien Martyn, he just loves the offside. He just got to drill him if he bowls him there all day.
Very elegant shot. Loves a little bit of width, this Damien Martyn. Waqar Younis should be working away at the off stump, whereas when you're out in that area, Damien Martyn, a full flow of the bat there. Great example that you don't have to try and smash the ball. Timing's the thing that counts. Just good contact, not a vicious follow through at all. Beautiful shot.
That's a flashing drive through the offside. This time it'll be a boundary to Adam Gilchrist. Abdul Razak is after the ball. It was up there to be driven through the offside, and Adam Gilchrist was onto it in a flash.
Well, Abdul Samad tested the left-handed batsman with a back-of-length deliveries. On this occasion, tested the batsman with the over-pitch delivery, but Adam Gilchrist picked up the length and then used that room. Like that. A bit of room outside the off stump, and he's taken the fullest advantage. Spat on the ball. The placement was the key thing in that stroke. Earned himself a boundary once again, Damien Martyn.
Yes, he's willing to work hard for his runs, Damien Martyn. He wants to stay at the crease. And so when the opportunity arose, he put it away quite nicely there. A nice balance. And finding the gap once again through the offside. That's gone through the legs of Shoaib Akhtar, and that'll go to the boundary. That's a costly miss. So Pakistan fielders struggling out there. And that will not go down too well with the bowler. And the captain.
Nicely driven straight down the ground. Now there's another one that should have been saved, and it's gone for 4.
Faisal Iqbal, the culprit this time. Well, there's been a couple of the youngsters miss him. I reckon there's about 4 or 5 I've seen this morning, Stacky. Down the pitch he comes, used his feet better there, gave himself a better room. And unfortunately, Iqbal Well, he misses it. He's hit it pretty well, but he probably was a little bit deceived by the power of Gilchrist there too. Got there a little late.
Once again, the easiest of singles, and that brings up Damien Martin's 10th 50. And that, combined with his 500s, he's certainly had a great run spree over the last 12 or 18 months for Australia.
Yes, it hasn't been one of those ones he's raced away, but they've, like we said before, they've bowled better. 6 boundaries in that innings. There have been some glorious shots to those ones.
Bang, that's a good shot. He's put that away beautifully, as Adam Gilchrist.
Well, he's very square on the short deliveries, Adam Gilchrist. Anything short outside the off stump, he fences it. He doesn't mind hooking the ball. It was short and wide, rock back, hitting the ball at the arm length, hitting the ball in the air and away from the fieldsman. Easy picking for Adam Gilchrist. Well, this partnership is slowly taking the game away from the Pakistanis.
And again, that's a lovely shot through extra cover. Well, Adam Gilchrist decided it's time to step on the gas a bit and get some runs before lunch. Another one. That's another very good shot from Adam Gilchrist. That's lovely cricket. 4 more.
A worrying sign for the Pakistani bowlers. Adam Gilchrist is a sort of a player. Once he starts feeling confident, this is the kind of treatment he can give to the bowlers. 3 boundaries of 3 successive deliveries. Wasn't pitched up, but hitting the ball on the up and into the gap. No chance for Shoaib Akhtar.
3 glorious strokes off the first 3 balls of the over. He's hit that nicely. That's beautifully timed from Adam Gilchrist. Waqar Younis has done quite a bit of chasing this morning. He'll be getting pretty weary, one would imagine, and Gilchrist decides to come back for the 3rd. So that's good work from Adam Gilchrist. He's picked up his 12th Test 50 now. End of the over, 428 for 5.
Attempted sweep shot. Now we'll have to wait on the umpire here. Now they're pretty confident about it. And he's out. So Venkat had his back to us. We didn't quite see the finger go up. Now Damien Martin there just seemed to touch the arm. Have to wait and see the replay.
It was a bounce, which did Damien Martin. We have to look closely where the ball hit. And it definitely hit where Damien Martin was pointing. I thought he was unlucky. But in Test match cricket, that's how the things go. Sometimes you get decision in your favor or sometimes not. Pakistan finally getting a wicket of Damien Martin. That was well played, 67 runs. Australia 457 for 6.
Short one out. So Shoaib picks up his first wicket in the innings, picking up the wicket of Shane Warne, trying to fend it off. Good piece of bowling. Bent the back on that one and picks up his first wicket of the innings.
Excellent captaincy as well. Putting a short leg after 130 overs. That was a very good captaincy from him. Shot one. Gave no time to Shane Warne to actually keep the ball down at the ground. Played the ball straight into the hands of Faisal Iqbal. And finally, a wicket for Shoaib Akhtar. Shane Warne walking back to the pavilion without making any impression. 458 for 7.
Now that one, and he's bowled him. So Brett Lee looking to give himself some room. Shoaib Akhtar set him up early on in the over with the short one. And Brett Lee trying to give himself some room to get it down to 3rd man, I think. It's got a thick inside edge, dragged it back on.
Well, he was expecting a Yorker, wasn't he? There was no back left. And then, in the end, was looking to nudge the ball down to 3rd man, only managing to get the inside edge onto the stumps. And that's, once again, a big wicket for the Pakistanis. Shoaib Akhtar getting his 2nd wicket. Brett Lee is walking back to the pavilion after scoring 2 runs. 462 for 8.
Jason Gillespie, the new batsman, has got the button-up look there. The shirt buttoned right up to the top collar. The best of 46. Hasn't worried the scorers yet with a half century. Now, it'll be interesting. This has been a very good session so far for Pakistan. Picked up 3 quick wickets for 5 runs off 19 deliveries. And Shoaib Akhtar's picked up 2. Saqlain 1.
It should be a pleased man. He's getting his fast bowlers up. Shoaib Akhtar is a great asset to have in your team, especially when you're looking to clean up the tail.
And the Yorker, beauty, an absolute gem of a delivery, and he's out. So Shoaib Akhtar's going to be on a hat-trick, and Glenn McGrath is going to be the man that's going to be on strike. Now, this is the sort of job that you need from a quick bowler. Didn't have a great day yesterday, Shoaib Akhtar, but showed a fair amount of fight so far today and reaping the rewards.
Well, he's on a hat-trick. He's picked up 2 wickets, 2 successive deliveries, reverse swing, the ball pitched in the right area. That was a pacey delivery, beating Gillespie with pace and the swing. 9th wicket down. Jason Gillespie, without making any impression, is walking back. Australia 462 for 9.
Bowled him. That, in fact, would have bowled him if they hadn't hit the pad. That is absolutely plumb. Absolutely plumb, that. The quicker one. Good piece of bowling. Confused him all ends up. And that is a good finish for Pakistan. Got out of it pretty well at lunch. 5 for 453 was Australia, with Martin on 67 and Gilchrist 60. And suddenly, 14 runs later, the innings has been terminated.
That was a quicker delivery. And once again, Glenn McGrath having no clue. The ball hitting on the back leg.
There's a little bit of doubt about that one, as far as I was concerned. Had a look at Adam Gilchrist, hoping it was going to be turned down by the umpire. But umpire Venkat gave it out. I thought I had the feeling that it may have been just missing leg stump. But anyhow, it's been judged out. So that's the end of the Australian innings. And what about those last 5 wickets? Fell for 10 runs off just 26 deliveries, and full credit to Saqlain Mushtaq and Shoaib Akhtar.
And it tells you how important that partnership was between Gilchrist and Damien Martin. And that was the partnership which actually take the game away, sort of, from Pakistan. But they have come back well, picking up a few quick wickets.
Well, what it has done too, Amir, it's taken the follow-on, which is 200 runs in test matches, so you've got to get up to 268. Now, that becomes an achievable target. If it had got up to 550, around about that, which everyone was expecting, even a talk of 600 around the press box area, it mooted at one stage. But you look at the way that innings fell away so quickly, but certainly the batsman got amongst the runs. The only one to miss out there, Matthew Hayden, and highlighted by that fantastic innings from Ricky Ponting, 141 from just 163 deliveries.
A bit more healthy, these bowling figures now. There are quite a few wickets for the bowlers here. Shoaib Akhtar picking up 3 in the end. I thought he bowled well. And then Saqlain Mushtaq finishing with 4 wickets for 136 runs. Waqar Younis chipped in well, picked up 2 wickets, but Mohammad Sami failed to make an impression on the Australian batsman, and also Abdul Razak. Although he picked up a wicket of Justin Langer at the right time, Tawfiq Umar looked very solid with his off-spinners.
From the NBL tonight, reigning NBL champions, the Adelaide 36ers, tip off with 2001 champions, the Wollongong Hawks, at the Powerhouse. Live NBL, Adelaide, Wollongong, 7:30 tonight on One. Thursday night, when Inside Cricket returns, David Hooks examines the Test Series, profiles New Blue Simon Kadich, and checks on AB and his trek for kids. Live Inside Cricket, Thursday night, 7:30 on One.
Get ready for the 2003 Cricket World Cup party. You won't miss a ball from the first game through to the final, right here.
Well, Imran Nazir, he's going to take the strike. Tawfiq Umar is at the other end, the non-strikers end. He's a left-hander as well, one of the new brigade. only 21 years of age. Glenn McGrath to open the bowling. Well, just a gentle warmer there. 4 slips, 2 gullies, a cover point. And a fine leg, I suppose. I just can't see from here. There's a big monitor in my way, but I imagine there would be.
Jason Gillespie is there, warming up. But as a batsman, you just need to see the bowler and the ball and not really be too much bothered about the slip cordon, because that can really dent your confidence. Just don't look back. Very close, very close. Will that be given? Not by the umpire. I think the line was possibly down the leg side, but a very close shave indeed.
Well, they've gone from a drought to having to make more decisions in the last hour than I don't know what. Let's have a look where this goes. Pitches outside, missing leg. Just maybe missing leg, but he shuffles across the crease there. That would be the only saviour there. Not too far away. Fimnanda Razia. Steve Buckner again, the man that had to give the decision, but I think he got it right.
And this looks extremely close. Yes, given in favour of the bowler. Glenn McGrath has picked up Imran Nazir, and a breakthrough straight away for the Australians.
Well, disaster there for Pakistan. Imran Nazir had to get off quickly and get changed to test the 10-minute turnaround, so there's not much time to settle. He's come out here, he's faced McGrath, that has been zipping the ball either way. Now, this is his second time at this, and that one's not going to miss. It's going to hit middle stump about 2/3 of the way up. Steve Buckner didn't even manage to get his finger up. He just shook the head and said, see you later, Imran. Goodbye. So, the first wicket down for Pakistan, 2 for 1. Now, Jason Gillespie from the media end.
And taken. Taufiq Umar has gone back to the pavilion facing his first ball and snapped in the slips.
Well, it did move a lot too. Ricky Ponting is the man, I think, in slips. There's plenty there to catch it. Taufiq Umar, first delivery he gets. Jason Gillespie. What's this move? Oh, that's got a long way off the seam. Played it pretty well, and a nice catch there. Ricky Ponting, two-handed to his left, down low. Gillespie, first delivery. Thanks very much. Unfortunately, for Taufiq Umar, another duck recorded now. 4 for 2.
This time plays it with a straight bat. That's a lovely drive. So welcome boundary to just release the pressure. Yunus Khan off the mark with a lovely straight 4. 8 for 2. That's a beautiful shot. High elbow, straight bat, and coming down fiercely on that ball. Yunus Khan has played a couple of lovely shots. One through off, one through on.
Well, that's right. There's plenty of opportunity there. As long as he gets into line, plays it straight, which is what he's doing at the moment. This time it was the in-swinger. And he played that well too as well. Getting across. That's the V we're talking about. Now you'll see how straight he is there. That's the other angle of the V there through mid-on. Beautiful shot there, just getting across, covering his stumps.
Oh, that's a good shot. That's a very, very good shot indeed. That's raced away for 4. He's a fine player.
He's pretty impressive, isn't he? Yunus Khan has got a good, solid defensive technique. And then, whenever he's the opportunity to hit the ball towards the boundary line, he's never shy of that. That's his 4th boundary in this innings. And all 4 of them, they've been beauty. Look at that one. Just back up the length. It was the footwork which enabled him to play that stroke.
What I like about the way that he's playing at the moment is he's nice and positive. Obviously, Pakistan are in trouble here, but he's going to try and be as positive as possible. Again, good shot. This time through mid-off. The chase is on, but they might as well stop. The ball boy will collect it. Almost.
Well, he stays behind the stroke, doesn't he? After Glenn McGrath got hit towards the square area on the offside, changed his line. And the reason why he changed his line was due to some good batting from Yunus Khan. And that was a half volley, and Yunus Khan dispatched it without a lot of fuss.
Faint edge and taken by the keeper there, Venkat. Not very sure, and yes, gives it as out. So a big breakthrough here. This partnership broken. Partnership of 41, and Shane Warne once again picking up Abdul Razak.
Well, Razak not getting to the pitch of the ball. Didn't know much about this one there. It took a while for the umpire to give him out, but I think he was waiting for Abdul Razak to walk, and he was not going to walk, and in the end, Venkat had to give him out. Let's have a look at this. It does turn a lot. Drops on him. Nowhere near the pitch of the ball. There's a big sound there. Gilchrist. Took him a while, then he realised he smashed it there. Warning, it's a big appeal from the Australians. And it took Razak a while to be convinced to go on his way. So, anyway, a wicket was given. 45 for 3.
It's a good shot. Very, very good shot again. Over pitch from Brett Lee. Pounced on it, did Yunus Khan. Steve Waugh tried to do the same. Just a bit of a half stop, but has gone all the way for 4. Very, very good shot from Yunus Khan. 8 off the over. 58 for 3. Oh, that's a good shot as well. Goodness me, Steve Waugh's got to get the long strides out again. I'm not sure he's going to get there. That's another boundary. Lovely shot from Yunus Khan.
We have seen some beautiful shots so far in this match from Ricky Ponting, Mark Waugh, Justin Langer, Damien Martin, but none better than this one from Yunus Khan. One of the most elegant shots in the book, this. Off the back foot, lovely straight bat and perfect placement.
It's one of the most satisfying, Stacky, that's for sure, when you're out there facing a quick bowler bowling around 150 and you just bunt him through the covers for 4. Whipped away leg side this time. So this is really good batting from Yunus Khan, and that brings up his 50. 12 fours now in his 50, and just about a run of ball. This is really good stuff from Khan, and they appreciate it.
Been an absolute pleasure to watch this. When you look at it, 52, his contribution out of 68. And so often you could be deceived at thinking he's been throwing the bat and taking some risks, but it hasn't been that type of innings. He's just put every ball away that's been there to be put away.
They're happy. It has been a fascinating test match so far. They're enjoying the cricket. Great to see. Gone. Very good catch. Very good catch indeed by Justin Langer. So Brett Lee gets the last laugh here, and that is a huge wicket. Yunus Khan is on his way. The vice-captain, he's played superbly, but a very, very good catch from Justin Langer.
Well, he has played superbly, but you could sense the last couple of overs that something was going to happen. Just a lapse in concentration. Not the best ball that Brett Lee's ever bowled. It was up there. Just driving a bit ambitious. Great catch from Justin Langer. They are really tough to assess. Do I go forward or do I wait for the ball to come for me? And look at Brett Lee. Took a pounding in the previous over, that he picks up the vital wicket at Yunus Khan for 58 and Pakistan 75 for 4.
Down the track, and what a good shot. Goodness me, that's a glorious stroke. That's not the easiest shot in the book to play. Down the track and hit him over mid-off in the end.
That is the second time that Faisal Iqbal has hit him in that area. Fantastic use of the feet here. Very difficult angle really to get to the pitch of that one, because the ball was coming from around the stumps. Big heart there from Faisal Iqbal. Got to the pitch and lovely smooth drive, playing it with the spin over mid-off.
That's going to bring up his 50. That's fine. It's going to go for another boundary. That's very, very well played. It's his third Test 50. He's really enjoyed that. So have his teammates. And I think you were spot on. He has not been overawed, and he's just 20 years of age.
A very, very important innings for Faisal Iqbal, not only for Pakistan, but also for himself. This is his comeback Test match. And getting a 50 against the top quality Australian attack, well, at that rate is truly a very, very fine innings. Strike rate of 89.8, 10 fours. Fantastic strike rate, and wonderful to see him play against the Warne. Strike rate of 113 against Shane Warne. That is how Shane Warne has bowled against the Pakistani batsman. Faisal Iqbal has been phenomenal. Strike rate of 113, completely at ease.
Another great shot. Terrific stuff. This is really, really good batting. Shane Warne can't believe it.
Well, he's gone long on in place, Shane Warne. So once again, Faisal Iqbal, very nimble-footed, getting to the pitch of this ball and helping himself another boundary. That is once again masterfully struck. Intentions were always for him really to play that in the air. Stroked it beautifully. Lovely viewing, getting to the pitch using the feet.
14 off the over so far. Oh. And he's got that away as well for extra cover. So this is a great over for the youngster. 18 runs off the over. A good one for Pakistan. Warren not impressed. 173 for 5.
Steve Waugh must be thinking how to break this partnership. How to stop this youngster from hitting the boundaries. And that's his 15th one. In 76 runs, he has hit 15 boundaries. He's oozing with confidence.
Well, that's not bad for a 20-year-old, is it? Just take it to Gillespie, smack him back past him. A couple of balls, the first 6 overs really did something for Australia. And it's brought the 200 up as well, that shot. Very good boundary, that one, straight back past him. No fast bowler likes to see that.
Well, the light has been taken by the batsmen. They're walking off. Both the batsmen, they really played well, didn't they? Especially Faisal Iqbal. He's been a refreshing inclusion in the Pakistani team. Faisal Iqbal showed a lot of common sense, backed himself, it was very positive, and now he's walking back after scoring 78 runs. Ably supported by Rashid Latif, who has scored 30 runs.
The Pakistan batting, chasing 469. Imran Nazir, he went quickly for a duck, and then, well, Tafif Umar, he got a good one from Gillespie. And Razak, well, he was up the order, but, well, he didn't really do the job. Then Yunus Khan, he played really, really well indeed. And then, of course, the youngster Faisal Iqbal, 78 from 80. And Rashid Latif took him to 5 for 210 before bad late stopped their advancement.
We also saw some good bowling from the Australians. Glenn McGrath and Gillespie, both of them starting off very nicely, picking up a wicket in their first over. And then Bradley picking up a wicket for his team, and Shane Warne picked up 2 Pakistani batsmen. And Mark Waugh was the weaker link. He gave away too many runs in just 3 overs.
A test of fluctuating fortunes.
Have you seen a more captivating session in your entire life than this one?
Australia dominated.
That's a big wicket. That is a huge wicket.
Squandered.
4 wickets for no runs in 6 balls.
Edged and dropped.
Then regained control.
And the Australians absolutely jubilant.
But wait,
There's more to come.
the series has just begun. Live from Sharjah, the second test starts Friday afternoon at 4 on 2.
For the latest news and results, get online at foxsports.com.au.
And there's the youngster. He played superbly yesterday. 78 not out off 80 balls. And just 20 years of age, playing his 7th test match. It was just remarkable sitting back and watching the way he was nice and positive and took on the best bowlers in the world. Let's face it, McGrath and also Shane Warne. So terrific stuff. 15 fours also in that 78 not out. And he's no doubt going to be wanting to keep that positive form, as he said in the interview. And his partner, Rashid Latif. Now, we mustn't forget Rashid Latif's input. He's been terrific for this youngster. The partnership is a good one. It's 94 at the moment. And Latif's been there for some time, just over an hour, 30 not out, and has played a real stabilising force. Here we go, Glenn McGrath. Nice and positive again from the youngster. Alongside me is Amir Sohail. Amir, good morning. Impressive stuff.
Yes, it has been. Like you said, Rashid Latif has a lot to do as far as Faisal Iqbal achievement is concerned.
Edged and through the slips. Goodness me, that's gone between Mark Waugh and also Shane Warne at first and second slip. Glenn McGrath will give us a shake of the head, I'd imagine, pretty soon. He won't be happy.
Well, the luck going in Pakistani's way. That ball was travelling. There's no doubt about it. But with the standards these Australians set, especially in the slips, well, that was a regulation catch. Just bisecting the 2 fieldsmen, Mark Waugh and Shane Warne.
That is a very, very, very good catch. Goodness me, that is outstanding catching from Mark Waugh. That has gone very quickly indeed. Good bowling from Shane Warne. He's got in the right areas, and that is a big wicket. The youngster's played superbly, but now he's on his way back.
That ball was pushed quicker in the air, and Mark Waugh making the amends when they missed a chance, which was given by Faisal Iqbal. That was a great catch. Faisal Iqbal perishes after scoring 83 runs. Pakistan is losing their first wicket on the third day. 219 is the score.
Edged and down. Goodness me, that is regulation. Ricky Ponting, he took a very good catch, a sharp catch yesterday morning, but this one has been grassed. The skipper won't be too happy.
Once again, Trent McGrath is the sufferer. This is the second catch which has gone down. Rashid Latif was pushing hard at the ball, and look at Ricky Ponting. That was a regulation catch. He tried to catch that ball with the upper cup, and in the end, just crossing it.
Oh, caught on the back foot, and straight away Venkat had no hesitation. Poor cricket from Siqlain Mushtaq. He would have been looking to play it at the front foot, went back and paid the price. There you see him indicating now he should have gone out to that front foot, but just a little too late.
Oh, I'm not a betting man at all, Ramesh, but I reckon that will be the plummest LBW that we will see during this entire game. We see the tram lines there. Now let's have a look. Pitches just inside leg stump, and even though it turned, he's right back there and would have clipped off stump. Yeah, he's right back, and that's the thing that did him there. Even though there's a fair amount of turn in it, look where Adam Gilchrist's glove is, or where the gloves are. That's where you've got to be, outside those stumps, of course, but that absolutely plumb. Venkat, no problem in giving that out. So he's on the way back to the pavilion. Fourth wicket for Warne, 239 for 7.
And that's 50. Rashid Latif will get a boundary, a streaky shot, but nonetheless, a very important innings for Pakistan, and getting a standing applause from the balcony there.
At the end of the over, 243 for 7.
Well, that's a whack. That's gone. Inches away from the boundary rope. I think Venkat will confer, but that is a very, very good slog shot.
Now that rubs insult into the wound. Well, it's 6. A hefty blow from Waqar Younis. Picked it up nicely. Hit it out into that square leg area. The ball boys out there done a splendid job in this match too.
Well, Stacky, knowing Waqar, he'll speak about that shot now for about next 3 or 4 days. Did enjoy that sweep. And he's not pleased, Shane Warne. And rightly so. A very close bat pad not given, and then Waqar Younis hitting him against the spin for a huge 6.
That's what makes cricket the good game, isn't it? You know, Shane Warne having a ping at the stumps there.
Pakistan are still 200 runs behind as Shane Warne starts a new over. And that's out. Waqar Younis missing a rank full toss. And Shane Warne has picked up his 5th wicket, and Waqar Younis clearly would be disappointed because there was this ball to be hit over mid-wicket. Excellent work done by Shane Warne, being congratulated by his teammates. And he'll pick up the ball and probably show it to the crowd. We don't have a great deal of people in to watch this test match, but a fantastic effort from a fantastic spinner. And they're not impressed. I think they don't realize the fact that he has done a fantastic job here for the Australians. 5th wicket. High full toss. Waqar Younis probably trying to hit it a little too hard. And the ball hit him on the full, on the back leg, and looked pretty adjacent. That would have gone to hit part of the leg stump and a major part of the middle stump. So Pakistan still 1 run away to avoid the follow-on as Shoaib Akhtar walks in. He's gone for 14, 267 for 8.
Well, that's hit him in the helmet there, batting. That'll be runs. Last ball of the over. As for 4 byes, 270 for 8. 272, sorry.
That's gone. Rashid Latif trying to hit the ball towards mid-wicket area, hitting the ball straight to Damien Martin. A very fine innings comes to an end. Rashid Latif departing after scoring 66 runs.
Well, he just sacrificed his wicket here in the pursuit of runs. Didn't quite get to it there. Didn't get over the top of it. And a simple catch there for Martin. So Warney, everything that comes off him in the air they catch, but not so for the quicks. So Latif goes for 66, 274 for 9. Well, that's a lusty blow. It's not going to go for 6, just 1 bounce. A typical tail-ender response there to a spinner. It's anywhere up in the slot, you've got to go through mid-wicket.
That was a good shot from Shoaib Akhtar. Never easy to hit the leg spinner towards the mid-wicket area. He's done it quite beautifully.
Well, that's very high. This will be a difficult one for McGrath. He gets in position. Well, that is a good catch. That is a skyscraper. Shoaib Akhtar tried to hit him over mid-off. Glenn McGrath got into a bit of trouble there. Had to go back, and the midday sun too as well. Those sunglasses really come into action there. That was a very difficult catch, and he made it easy in the end.
That was the 7th wicket for Shane Warne. That was an excellent catch from Glenn McGrath. It was high in the air. Really had to run back. Had to keep the eyes on the ball. He had to keep the balance. Losing his balance. And then getting it back. Landing himself right underneath the ball. And in the end, took the catch quite cleanly. Shoaib Akhtar is the last man to go back to the pavilion. The total of the Pakistani innings has been 279 runs. They are trailing by 188 runs. Job well done. Look at those figures. 24.3 overs, 7 maidens, only 94 runs he has given and picked up 7 wickets. And the Australian fans, they are happy with the performance of their team.
Yes, a good effort from Australia here this morning. A little sloppy in the field, a few missed catches. I wonder if Glenn McGrath said in the end, that's how you catch them, fellas. Maybe he didn't. Pakistan, in reply to Australia's big total, 279 was all they could manage. 58 there for Yunus Khan. A very good innings from him was brought to an end yesterday. 83 there for Faisal Iqbal. Didn't do too much damage this morning. Should have been out early. Nick won, got a 4, and then was out again to another edge. And Rashid Latif, a very good innings from him too, of 66. But they just ran out. And the tail, as did Australia yesterday, didn't wag at all.
Well, I think Waqar Younis played really well. Important 14 runs he scored for Pakistani team in order to avoid the follow-on.
And the Australian bowling. McGrath took a wicket early. Gillespie took a wicket early. They got Pakistan into trouble. They were 2 for 4, I think it was, at one stage. Brett Lee, only the 1 wicket for him, but look at Warney. 24 overs, 7 for 94. His 22nd haul of over 5 wickets.
Second innings just about to get underway. With that lead for the Australians, 188. Straight away, just nudged behind square leg. After the fieldsman in the deep, concedes the easiest of singles.
I think Keith has got that fielder for 2 reasons. He was generally short. He didn't want to bowl short, but he bowled a couple of very loose deliveries that were put away straight with the new ball. And also he wants probably to get that line on that middle and leg stump, look to get that in-swing working for him. So he's given himself a little bit of cushion. And the third option available, the obvious option, is to bounce the batsman out, which will be extremely hard because Waqar Younis does have lost a little bit of pace.
Matthew Hayden failed in the first innings. That's a good delivery. A little bit of movement there, and that's exactly what you were saying, Ramiz. But They concede the single. Now, I must admit I don't like the tactics of having the 2 men out in the deep, particularly if the ball's moving like that. What they really should do is have Matthew Hayden still up there on strike if that fieldsman was in the right position.
Absolutely right. He won't be very sure of himself. Fell for 4 in the first innings. Justin Langer is the man in form, so you can be just a little safe against him, just a little defensive, I guess. But against Matthew Hayden, there's every opportunity really to pressurize him early in the innings.
Once again, on off stump. So the Australians up and away with 3 consecutive singles. 3 men in the slips. They were there for predominantly the entire Australian first innings. Misbah-ul-Haq, the first slip. Misbah, first slip, he's just behind Rashid Latif. Yunus Khan, who had a very good game with the hands, picked up 3 catches. And Tawfiq Umar, who's been shifted across now into that probably short forward square leg area. In fact, he's been just moved back a fraction now. Still think he's just a little bit deep there. Obviously encouraged, Waqar Younis, by that movement in towards the pads, towards the left-hander. Once again, away it goes. They go for LBW, but it's going to miss leg stump. But that ball is moving.
Yes, there's some swing for Waqar Younis. And if he wants to pick up an LBW decision in his favor, he's got to start that swing from somewhere around that off stump. It pitched on that middle and leg stump and kept on moving.
That's a better shot from Matthew Hayden. The most convincing that we've seen so far in this innings. And away it goes for 4 runs through the covers.
This try will give him a lot of confidence. Moved nicely into that shot. Had a lot of time really to play that through the offside. Waited for the ball, checked on the movement of it, and then when he was completely satisfied that he had it under control, played it beautifully, just caressed it through the offside. Got a little bit of width also to work it away.
Down through the vacant third man region. Imran Nazir is the chaser. He is pretty quick and a very good fielder. Does well. And Justin Langer touches down on the non-strike zone. He comes back very quickly. Now there's a polite request from Pakistan. Very good fielding from Imran Nazir. Return right over the stump. Steve Buckner not interested in referring it.
Not only was good chase from Imran Nazir, but also the return was perfect. Right on the top of the stumps. Nicely done in the end. Picked up the ball and hurled it back to the wicketkeeper. Right on the top of the stumps. That's what the wicketkeeper wants all the times from the fieldsman.
Good shot, very good shot. He loves the sweep shot, does Matthew Hayden. He's got that nice and fine. He would have known exactly where the fielders aren't, and he's put it away for 4.
Well, the fieldsman at the deep square leg is too squarer. And Saqlain Mushtaq is bowling leg stump line. Has to move this fieldsman a bit more finer.
Worked away in the onside. Worked nicely. It eludes the man at mid-on. That was beautifully played by Matthew Hayden, using his height to advantage. And up comes the 50 for Australia. So a good start to the second innings.
He loves playing on the onside. Matthew Hayden picking up the ball up from outside the off stump and hitting the ball away from mid-on, and Saqlain Mushtaq doing a good job flicking the ball just inside the boundary line.
He's a good sweeper of the ball, is Justin Langer, and he sweeps that one to perfection. off spinners hate that shot being played against them.
Well, if you have a short fine leg in place and the bowler is looking to ball the line of leg stump or just outside the leg stump, you've got to have that square leg field span a bit finer, because when the batsman is sweeping the ball from outside the leg stump, it has to go fine.
Now in the air, should be out, and it is. Justin Langer looking for the sweep shot. Now that was good tactics, that was well planned. You can tell from the previous delivery that Justin Langer there probably fell for the 3-card trick. We saw the previous delivery, the spin and bounce, and on that occasion Justin Langer wasn't able to cope with it with the sweep shot.
Well, finally some sort of a plan worked for the Pakistanis here. A bit of bounce, a bit of turn, inducing the edge, simple catch for Tawfiq Umar. And that's a big breakthrough for the Pakistani team. Justin Langer can stay at the wicket for a long period of time. He is departing after scoring 25 runs. Australia 61 for 1.
Tries a little bit too hard, dropped it in short. So Ponting taking the points towards the end of the over, 71 for 1.
Got him, played on. And so Ricky Ponting is walking back. Lucky breakthrough for the Pakistanis. They were hoping they'd get a wicket, and it has come in the shape of an inside edge.
Well, that was a very lackadaisical shot there from Ponting. Didn't move his feet at all. Didn't need to hit the spot with this one. It was short and wide. Now just watch what he does. It's a fairly average delivery. Look at the footwork there. He's just lunged at that. Got a thick inside edge. So your good deliveries don't always get them. You always get a bonus wicket, and that was a very good wicket for him. Ponting gone for 7. 74 for 2. Shoaib, that was just what the doctor ordered now. They've got Mark Waugh out there with Shoaib just revving up again.
This is bowling into the breeze, Shoaib Akhtar. And Spalding cleaned him up with a fantastic in-swinging ball. That is the magical stuff from Shoaib Akhtar. Cleaned up first ball, Mark Waugh.
Well, he's caught him napping. Mark Waugh's come out. He looked like he wasn't quite ready for that, but it was a good delivery. We said the ball before wasn't so good. This was a beauty. Tailed right into Mark Waugh, probably hit his pads too, I think, and then onto the stumps. Cleaned him up, no end. So again, second time in this match, Shoaib Akhtar will be on a hat-trick. Look at it go in, bang, off the legs, onto the stumps. Rattle, Mark looks around, oh my dear. First ball, Shoaib, isn't he happy? Like I said, just what the doctor ordered. Third wicket down now, 74 runs.
Steve Waugh now will take strike. Shoaib Akhtar on a hat-trick for the second time in this game. And this over has infused new life into the Pakistan team. 149 matches for Steve Waugh, plenty of experience. And believe me, it'll not be easy, because he'll be looking to bowl as quick as possible.
Well, I think if he bowls the same delivery, it's going to be hard to keep out. And Steve Waugh, I think, will be looking for the in-swinging Yorker. But mind you, if they're getting up towards 90, 100 miles an hour, they're still pretty hard to keep out when you first walk to the crease. What a contrast this is too. There we go.
Oh, very close to an outside edge. Desperately close, but not close enough. Fantastic 3 deliveries from Shoaib Akhtar.
Well, what a contrast. The first innings was the tail enders. It was Shane Warne, Gillespie, and then McGrath was on the hat-trick pull. This time it's Ponting, Mark Waugh, and now Steve Waugh. How did that miss the stumps? Inside edge. Watch this again. I don't know how it misses. It just tails in right at the death, and it's just gone past that off stump.
Shoaib Akhtar on fire here. Steve Waugh very determined. Very close to the stumps. We'll try again, Shoaib Akhtar. Close. And given by the umpire. This is magical stuff. This is incredible cricket from Pakistan and Shoaib Akhtar. He's picked up 3 huge wickets in 1 over, and Pakistan back in business.
Well, 1 ball too late. Mind you, it doesn't make much difference. He'll be happy anyway, on hat-trick or not. He's still got 3 in the over. Steve Waugh, second ball. LBW, and he wasn't happy either. But Shoaib done him for pace, caught him right on the crease, bowling full again. Let's have a look at the tram lines. Just outside. Well, there's the shadow of the stumps there. He's caught him on the crease. I don't think it's going to miss.
Absolutely right. Fair decision in the end, although Steve Ward didn't seem to agree with the umpire. Gone for a not 74 for 4.
He's done them all for pace. They were 1 for 61, 2 for 74, and now they're 4 for 74, all in the space of about 1 over 5 minutes, I was going to say, but it would have taken a bit longer that with the time in and out.
Venkat has given it. Another one goes down. Matthew Hayden stayed in his crease, and the Pakistani teammates and Siklan Mushtaq delirious. They've got another big one.
And what a comeback this has been. Matthew Hayden walking back, obviously not very happy. I think, well, we'll be able to see in the replay whether he nicked that or not, but he's not happy at all.
Well, Siklan joining in the action too as well. Matthew Hayden, well, intimated that he wasn't too happy with that. He did lunge at it fairly hard, but, well, was there bat on it? Let's have a look.
And I think it'd be pretty unlucky with that one. Venkat was pretty sure. Taufiq Umar was the man who caught him. But he's walking back to the pavilion, disgusted. Another wicket falls. What a turnaround this has been. 3 wickets for Shoaib in 1 over, then Siklan Mushtaq helping him, picking up Matthew Hayden, and now he's bowling round the wicket to the left-hander. The War brothers back in the pavilion, both for naught. Ricky Ponting playing on, chopping one from Shoaib Akhtar, and that started the rot. Damien Martin is still out there. He is not yet off the mark. That's a lovely shot. That's beautifully timed and placed by Adam Gilchrist. A welcome boundary for the Australians there.
Clean in. This is fantastic bowling. Shoaib Akhtar is on fire. What a ball. What a quick ball. Adam Gilchrist beaten for pace. Had no answer to that Yorker. It was quick. It was there. Adam Gilchrist just didn't see it.
Well, that's right. Just too quick, too good. Right in on leg stump. Couldn't have been any better. Perfect Yorker, this one. Watch it goes wide of the crease. Zing, in she goes. Well, it's almost hit the stump on the full. Well, that was a quick delivery too. They have been in the 90-mile-an-hour zone, and that one, look at him soaring around like an eagle. Well, an eagle that's picking on the prey here. They're in big trouble. 85 for 6. That man there, well, he's taken 4 of them in the space of a couple of overs.
Now, that's not a bad shout. That could be very close. It's gone. It's unbelievable stuff. Remarkable stuff from Shoaib Akhtar. 5 he's got now. 5 for not too many. 5 for 14, in fact, and Shane Warne has got a pair. Goodness me, what a turnaround in this match. Don't leave your TV sets.
And he's been picked up by Shoaib Akhtar both the times in this test match. In swinging Yorker. Tried to move across the off stump. And in the end, that delivery was too fast for Shane Warne. Caught right in front, and that was a simple decision for the umpire. 7th wicket gone, 89 is the score.
Oh, that's a quick, high full toss straight into the thigh pad. Lucky he's got one on. Shoaib Akhtar is coming down to apologise to him. Obviously going for the Yorker again. No ball's been called by umpire Venkat as well for a fast-pitched, reasonably high full toss. And he's having a bit of a chat to everybody as well. Having a chat to the captain, Waqar Younis, and also to Shoaib Akhtar. Hit him on the thigh pad, so I'm not sure it was all that high, although pretty terrifying at that pace.
Well, the umpiring has been very ordinary in this test match so far. Well, although it was a high full toss, but hit Brett Lee on the thigh.
as he comes screaming in once again. Oh, that's a good shot. Very good shot from Brett Lee. He's hit it straight back past the bowler, all along the carpet for 4. End of the over. 5 runs prior, 98 for 7.
Ponting was the first dismissed by Schreiber in his last spell. And Edgen taken shot cover has accepted that offer from Brett Lee. He'll not be happy with that shot.
Nah, poor shot there from Brett Lee, but a good piece of deception there from Sir Clain. Held that one back, dropped on him too as well. Brett Lee pushing forward hard and just done for the pace and the flight and just sit a simple catch, the man at short cover. So another one down. The Aussies, just when they were starting to put on a little bit of a partnership, this is what happened.
Wider of the stumps, Sir Clain Mushtaq, and it was a drifter. The other one that he bowled so well, and Brett Lee couldn't control that one. Went straight to Miss Bowl Haq. He accepted that catch, has gone back for 12, 107 for 8. 34 matches. Doesn't have a great average, but has the ability really to stay out there. Good, decent defensive technique, Thomas.
Doesn't have a great average, you batsman. But for a tail ender, that's not too bad.
Once again a close, but this looks closer and given by the umpire. So wicket falls just before the tea break, and Jason Gillespie goes back to the pavilion.
Well, twice too many, Jason. I'm afraid that first one, as I said, wasn't far away. This one has got to be plummet. The umpire thought it was. Just gets his front leg across, not too far down. Here we go, shuffle bang right in front of the stumps. See you later. That's not going to miss. That's going to hit middle, halfway up. Good piece of bowling there. Poor piece of batting there from Gillespie. Another wicket down for Australia. Steve Buckler confirms that. Gillespie on his way, 112 for 9.
Two left, according to us.
Catch it! Cries of catch it and gone. That's it. Australia all out. Sir Clain has picked up another one. He's had a very good test. He's provided very, very good support as Sir Clain. Shoaib Akhtar has been the destroyer, but he's picked up another 4-fer. Has Sir Clain, and that means he's got 8 for the test match. Damien Martyn is the man that goes, and Australia all out for 127.
Soft dismissal this in light of the situation of the game, but coming at the right time for Pakistan, because what it does do, it gives their younger batsmen 20 minutes now during the tea break to really assess themselves. They've been out there for nearly 2.5 hours in the field. It's been concentrated stuff from Pakistan. A great session for them.
What a sorry tale for Australia. They got off to a pretty good start with Langer playing well and Hayden playing well. No wickets down at lunch. Soon after it started, Ponting went for 7. Waugh for 0. Steve Waugh for 0 as well. Damien Martyn the last to go for 20. Gilchrist 5. Shane Warne got a pair. And Brett Lee 12 and Gillespie 1, and Glenn McGrath not out on 5. All out for 127. 1 ball inside, 40 overs. And if we look at the bowling for Pakistan, Waqar Younis was pretty steady. 8 overs, none for 23. Shoaib Akhtar, magnificent. 5 for 21.
And what a difference, Mike, the runs per over. That's where the difference is in the second innings. In the first innings, they were all up around about 5 and 6. Not today. 5 wickets for Shoaib Akhtar, just for 21 runs, conceding 2.5 runs and over. Sir Clain Mushtaq, a terrific effort once again, plugged away at one end, 4 for 46. A fabulous effort.
Tonight on Fox Sports News, the Australian Rugby League team arrives in Wellington ahead of Saturday's test against the Kiwis. Andrew Farrar sacked as coach of St George Illawarra, former Dragons captain Nathan Brown taking the reins next season. Added incentive for all-rounders in this season's ING Cup, and yet another timely deal for Tiger Woods. Get the complete picture of all the day's action, Fox Sports News tonight at 7.
This weekend, the stars of the NBL spring into action.
Clear for takeoff.
Victoria take on West Sydney live. Cricket, Australia's tour against Pakistan continues.
That's a good shot.
Catch the second test from Sharjah live. And in motorsport, hold on tight as we race you round the tracks.
Gonna be some hot tempers after this one.
Start your engines for the NASCAR Charlotte 300, plus the Malaysian MotoGP. It's all coming up this weekend.
Who are you? Who are you? Who are you? Baby? here to be a passenger or a driver? Do you control technology? Or does technology control you? VVTi engine, sports tuned suspension, aerodynamic performance. The all-new Camry Sportivo is here. The more you see, the more you want.
From the NBL tonight, reigning NBL champions, the Adelaide 36ers, tip off with 2001 champions, the Wollongong Hawks at the Powerhouse. Live NBL, Adelaide, Wollongong, 7:30 tonight on One.
It's the start of day 4, of course. Glenn McGrath, who bowled beautifully yesterday and didn't have any luck whatsoever. A couple of catches going down, but he's certainly got a few grabbers behind at the moment. 4 slips and 2 gullies. So here we go for the start of day 4. The target 316 for Pakistan. Nice shape. Good length as per normal. Edged and dropped. It's gone through Mark Waugh. Went very quickly indeed. The Australians' catching has been pretty ordinary in this test match. Gillespie cannot believe it. I don't think Mark Waugh can either. End of the over. 5 for no loss. And there's more to come. Another chase. Justin Laing is herring after it. Brett Lee's also trying, but to no avail. So that's a good confidence booster for the youngster. End of the over, 17 for no loss.
That's a crashing drive. That'll go to the boundary very quickly. That was beautifully struck by the left-hander.
Well, that should ease the tension just a fraction. Unleash the big drive. Always nice to feel one in the middle of the bat. Wasn't quite there with the front shoulder, but it didn't matter. He made good contact. Always nice to hit a confident shot like that. Now he's throwing the challenge, throwing the gauntlet down to Brett Lee a little here. Did go away off the pitch just a fraction.
Well, he's got that through the gut. That'll be 4. No third man there. Goes quickly, straight along the ground. No worries about that one. And the over as well. 41 for none.
Oh, yes, Bonnie.
Is this baseball or cricket? Well, it's a bit of feeling going out there, isn't it? Warney not impressed. I don't think Imran Nazir's too impressed either. Throws coming in. Now Gilchrist is having a...
Come on, for God's sake. These guys, they're only young.
Well, Gilchrist is disturbed that he had a swing at the shot at the stumps.
All I said, did you see how dangerous that was, what he just did to me there? That's all I said. He does it again.
Well, a few people starting to get a little rattled out there, a little touchy. I know what Gilchrist is saying. Imran Nazir had a swing at the shy at the stumps for Vaughan. Now, this is what happens. He tries to hit that one. Warney has a shy back to the stumps. Probably a little dirty. And then Imran Nazir did that, and that put Gilchrist off. So, a little bit annoyed with that one, Adam Gilchrist.
.68 for no loss, Pakistan.
Well, a very a lot of feeling in that last over from Shane Warne. Chit-chat going, not from the quicks this time, from the wicket-keeper it was, and the opening batsman there. The umpires had to come in and just settle down the situation. There's Gilchrist saying, mate, what'd you swing at that for? Imran Nazir's probably saying, well, mate, if I'd edged it, you wouldn't have caught it anyway. No, not really.
Goes to the big drive, straight down the ground. 4 runs. Terrific shot Now, he's only faced a couple of deliveries from Shane Warne. Most of the strike to Warne, well, all of it up until this over, has been dominated by Imran Nazir. And that was a very courageous shot. They're taking it right up to Shane Warne. They're not allowing him to get settled.
Winding up and hitting it with the spin over mid-off. It's turning out to be a very mature innings.
Now, that's in the air. Glenn McGrath mid-off is underneath it. Now, it's a big catch, and it is. Now, that is the first one for Australia. Imran Nazir hit with the previous over from Brett Lee, perhaps just losing concentration, and that's the wicket that the Australians have been searching for. Good catch by McGrath. It hovered in the air, and he had the safe hands to take it.
Well, he'll not be too happy with this shot. Imran Nazir, after doing a lot of hard work, went for a big one. The bat turned in his hand and it screwed up in the air. That ball nicely judged by Glenn McGrath. He's a very safe fielder. Going back now, Imran Nazir, after playing a good innings of 40 of 67 balls, Pakistan lose their first wicket for 91.
Oh, bottom edge, not too far away from the timber. Brings up his 50 with a boundary. He won't be all that proud of that shot, but he'll be very, very proud of that half century. He's played really well. Also brought up the 100 for Pakistan. They've enjoyed it.
Well, it has been an excellent inning from the youngster. He's concentrated hard. He's paced his innings very well. Very methodical. Hasn't taken many chances against the fast bowler, but has been very square against Shane Warne. He's hit 10 boundaries. Wasn't a great stroke to reach 150, but he'll take that. And also the Pakistani team very close, precariously close to the legs off stump.
Now that probably hit the pad first. It's a real inquiry and he's given it. He considered it for a long time. Now I reckon there was two noises in that, Amir, and to me I had the feeling it hit the pad first, may have then gone onto the bat, or the bat could have even been making contact with the ball, but that was pitched short enough for umpire Buckner to see that it was probably going to go straight on.
Well, it was just a matter of time as far as Abdul Razak was concerned against Shoaib, against Shane Warne. Yeah, it was pad and bad, and if the umpire has spotted it, he can actually rule the decision into the bowler's favour. And that was the case. In the end, it was a good decision from the umpire, and Shane Warne has broken through. Pakistan, they have lost their second wicket, and that's of Abdul Razak, who was really bogged down. That's not his game. 117 is the total.
That's a lovely drive. Great way to get off the mark. Yunus Khan is the batsman who has driven Shane Warne beautifully.
Yeah, just hitting that one inside out, along the ground, through the cover region there. Placed it well. Yunus, well, he was dominant with the boundaries in his innings of the first dig. And there he is again. Just adjusted his wrist to keep it down. Wasn't quite to the pitch of the ball, but kept it along the ground with a bit of adjustment there. Placed it beautifully.
That's a lovely shot. Yunus Khan will get another boundary here, and a 50-run partnership comes up. Not a very good start.
No, Mark, that's right. I think you need another man over there. The way you're bowling, he's going to milk you on that side. He's happy to try and hit against the spin. Just too much room there too as well. There's only the three fielders. No chance. Balanga, I think it is there, giving chase on that one.
Who would have imagined that Pakistan would be so close of clinching a famous win? They fought well, the youngsters delivered, the fielding was extremely good, the ground fielding. They dropped a couple of catches, but you expect that in Test match cricket. The youngsters can be under stress, playing for the first time against the best team in world cricket. That's hit hard and taken. Great catch by Mark Waugh.
And this is the breakthrough that Australians were expecting to happen. And Tawfiq Umar would be disappointed, but a fantastic innings. The youngster made sure that he stayed out there and be disappointed. Very close to his 100.
Well, I think it was there. The right shot on it was there for the hitting. He just couldn't reach it. Just tailed away from him in the reverse swing. It's a very good catch from Mark Waugh. It's wide again. Goes for it. Just couldn't get onto it. And that's a top catch from Mark Waugh there too as well. It needed something special, and that's exactly what it was. I think the ball was there to be hit. It just didn't quite get it there. Brett Lee's happy. I think that's what they were trying for. So he goes for 88. 173 for 3.
He's got that away. That's a good shot. Short and wide from Shane Warne. He's going to bowl the odd one of those, and Pakistan have got a pounce on it.
Well, Shane Warne once again looking to push the ball more in the air. The length wasn't right. Easy pickings for Misbah ul Haq. This is going to give him a lot of confidence.
Edged and down. Goodness me. Wow. This is unbelievable stuff. Mark Waugh is one of the safest catchers around, and he's put down a couple of catches that he will consider that are regulation. That could be crucial.
Like you say, he's the most successful fieldsman and reliable fieldsman in the slip. Not in this test match, although he's taken 2 catches, but he has dropped 2 or 3 as well. But that was once again a regulation chance. Yunus Khan pushing the ball away from his body, looking to play the ball towards third man, edging it. And what a big breakthrough for the Pakistanis here.
So this partnership is slowly building. They've certainly had 1 or 2 dramas in the inside the first 25 minutes. It's worth 14 runs now, 54 balls, but Yunus Khan, the vice-captain, is not out on 33. He's been there for 92 deliveries, exactly 2 hours.
Well, the mainstay of the first inning, Faisal Iqbal and Rashid Latif, they're yet to come. So at the moment, the Pakistanis, they must be fancying their chances of winning this game. Hard work for the Australian bowlers. It's not going to be easy for the Pakistani batsmen as well. Tense situation.
Could be out. Steve Waugh's taken the catch. That's a big wicket. That is a huge wicket. Australia wanted one inside the first half hour. They've got one at about 26 minutes into day 5. 10 wickets now for Shane Warne. Brilliant stuff from him.
Horrible stroke from Misbah ul Haq. Shane Warne pushing the ball into the air. There was no need to play that stroke, and especially hitting the ball against the spin and the turn. Look at that. There was no flight in that delivery. Couldn't get to the pitch of the ball, looking to hit the ball towards mid-on. And what a big breakthrough for the Australians. And who else got the breakthrough? It's Shane Warne. Pakistan 187 for 4.
Taken and dropped again. It's Mark Waugh again. And this is unbelievable. I've never seen that happen. Well, he's got a world record. I think he'll soon have a world record of drop catches.
Absolutely unbelievable. Let's have a look at this. This will go straight to him. One that he would normally swallow. And look, Rameez, the only thing I can say is that you just, sometimes when you're fielding in slips, you just try to bury them into the tummy and the hands. And so often they go in and they pop out. But this is unbelievable, seeing Mark Waugh put in this performance in that slip cordon.
Well, he's got this one away good. That's right through the gap I said was out there. That's brought another 4 to the situation. And all of a sudden, less than 100 to win now. 98 required. That's something you like to see as the batting side. Get it down to double figures. He's played that pretty well. That's the gap he's wanted, and he's got it right through the center of it.
Nicely driven, lovely shot. Great boundary, and what a way to bring up the 50.
Well, he's stroking that ball beautifully, Yunus Khan, and it's turned out to be one hell of a knock. raising his bat with a lovely on drive. So another 50 for Yunus Khan, but he's got to continue, get a big one here. Maybe an 80 or a 90 would do the job for the Pakistanis. The 229 for 4. And this partnership now looking good. 42 of 82 balls. And his 50. 6 fours. Well played boundaries.
Yeah. Eases it down to third man, a single. So an important over for Pakistan. 7 runs from it. 230 for 4.
Just a lone slipper now in place.
Look at the turn in that. That was a loose one. That was one of his bad balls. But if he'd have gone after that, because of the turn in it and the bounce, all he would have got was a top edge. Well taken, Adam Gilchrist.
Yes, the extravagant spin deceived the batsman, and he lost his balance as well, falling away from that ball.
Very close, and nothing will be given.
That is brilliant bowling from Shane Warne. Yunus Khan beaten with a flatter trajectory, and it's spot on from Shane Warne. So wicket falls, and an important one, a big one.
Magnificent piece of bowling. The previous delivery, the short one that spun away, that one then, that was like a viper. It hit the pitch, and just have a look at it skid. Bang, it comes off, hits the back leg. It probably would have just clipped that off stump. You see the tram lines there. I reckon the ball would have probably picked up half of that off stump there. Very interesting. It was touch and go.
Well, I thought it was closer than that, but it was an iffy in the end. Yunus Khan gone back after scoring a very fine 51. It's 230 for 5.
Nice shot. 4 runs. Now, Brett Lee, once again, proving to be a little expensive here. Warne's got him going at one end. He needs support at the other.
Well, surprisingly, he's looked listless in his comeback spell. He's got to put in more life, more pace. And this was lovely drive from Rashid Latif, just waiting on that one and then beautifully playing it away from that point fielder.
Nicely driven through cover. Now that should beat Gillespie, and it does for 4. That was a good shot.
This is very good cricket from Rashid Latif, a kind of a counter-attack. Got a boundary through a point in the last over of Brett Lee, and this is a majestic cover drive. Just waited on that one, a little flatter. Ball was not spinning a great deal, and importantly placed it away from Jason Gillespie. Winding up and driving it nicely.
Four runs, bottom edge. 6 runs from the McGrath over with the new ball. So that total creeping up to 248 for 5.
Can see the tension mounting. 68 to win now. 5 wickets in hand for Pakistan, and we've got just about 25 minutes to go before lunch on day 5. So Gillespie it is, of course. That new ball has been taken 1 over ago. That is a huge wicket for Jason Gillespie, and don't Australia know it. Healthy nick through to Gilchrist, and he did the rest.
Well, yes, it's a huge wicket for the Australians because Rashid Latif has played so well in the first innings, scored 66, and this is the wicket they really required to get into the tail of the Pakistani lineup. Rashid Latif not covering the line, and in the end the bounce doing Rashid Latif. Held the edge, easy catch for Jason Gillespie. Beg your pardon, for Adam Gilchrist. Jason Gillespie has struck. Pakistan losing their 6th wicket, 248 on the board.
Down the track and out. It's gone. It's charged. Glenn McGrath's hit it straight to Steve Waugh. And there's another wicket. All smiles out there for the Australians.
Well, that's pressure for you. And Saklan Mushtaq crumbling up under pressure over there. Well, now it's up to Waqar Younis. He's the skipper of the Pakistani team. Saqlain Mushtaq is walking back to the pavilion, very dejected. And so should he be. Wow, decided to charge after Glenn McGrath. Not the right idea, and had to pay the price. Simple catch for Steve Waugh in the end. Pakistan losing the 7th wicket, and that was of Saqlain Mushtaq, only getting 1 run. 251 for 7 Pakistan.
Now there's a cluster of fields on the slips cordon. 3 slips, the floating slip and also the gully. The usual suspects. Adam Gilchrist and Jason Gillespie is fired up here. He's picked up 2 quick ones for Australia. They're now in the pound seats.
Well, that's what you expect from a tail-ender. Although Waqar Younis can bat a bit. New ball seaming around and swinging in the air. Not an easy proposition. No footwork, just hanging his bat away from the body. Got a healthy edge. And Adam Gilchrist pairing off very nicely with Jason Gillespie. Look at the reaction. He's ecstatic. And the Pakistanis, they have lost the 8th wicket. And that's of Waqar Younis, the skipper, is walking back to the pavilion after scoring 1 run. 252 for 8, Pakistan.
Didn't work for Shoaib Akhtar. No drama with that whatsoever. And listen to the noise the boys are making in the middle now.
Number 10 batsman. Up against the new ball, and especially against Glenn McGrath. Although he was hit, he was able to hit the ball. Last delivery over the head, but not on this time. Not offering any stroke. That ball would have hit the middle stump or the leg stump. And the Australians, they have picked up their 9th wicket. Shoaib Akhtar walking back, and the Australians, they are very happy. Glenn McGrath has picked up his 2nd wicket with the new ball, and that's of Shoaib Akhtar. Not picking up the line of the delivery early, offering no stroke, and the decision going to the baller's favour. Pakistan losing their 9th wicket, 259 on the board.
Now that's just wide of Shane Warne at first slip. As Amir Sohail pointed out, for Fazil Iqbal, he had moved across to a 2nd slip position. Now that one would have gone right down his throat if he had been in his mandatory first slip position.
Well, lucky stroke, lucky 4 runs for Fazil Iqbal. Well, you're absolutely right. If Shane Warne was at conventional first slip position, it would have been a sitter. But the point is, was he able to take that one or not?
And the point is now he's moved back into first slip.
Now that'll be close.
It was well pitched up. Glenn McGrath has asked the question. Now we'll have to wait on the umpire. It looked as though there may have been, and sounded as though that was all jammed in together. There may have been a bit of bat on it.
Right after playing that stroke, there's a huge inside edge onto the pad. I would say 46 runs rather than the minutes.
You're quite right, Amir. If they sit there for about 3/4 of an hour, it might be enough. Now let's have a look at Jason Gillespie here. Just had the feeling he may have gone over on the ankle or done something.
Yeah, when he was starting off this over, he was doing some stretching, and once again, he's involved to do the stretching. Well, calf muscle is the signal from Brett Lee. And this was the last delivery. He started feeling the pain and really had to make a decision whether to carry on or not. And in the end, after having spoken to the physiotherapist, he's decided to walk off, and he's limping.
And quite a pronounced limp too. You just hope that there may be, not that I'm a medico of course, Amir, but you just hope there may be a little bit of, say, a minor strain, bit of cramp, something may have just crept in, just a bit of overstriding. hoping that it's not too serious.
Oh.
Goes for the big one. Whack! Cop that. It was nearly going to be a combined maiden over, but it hasn't ended up that way. 4 runs from it. 274 for 9. Now that one's in the air. It's going to be teasing the backward point fieldsman, and he takes it. Ricky Ponting takes the catch. Glenn McGrath gets the wicket, and the Australians absolutely jubilant. So Australia winning by 41 runs, and this, look at the Australians there. They were under pressure in this test match. There is no doubt about it. A disappointed Waqar Younis, a disappointed Pakistan side, but they really did come back in this test match and need a pat on the back. This was the final wicket to fall, giving Glenn McGrath his 3rd wicket in the innings. A couple of catches dropped from him early on. Ricky Ponting getting right underneath it. And I think the Australians were lucky the catches went in the air today rather than the ones along the ground went quickly, because the ones that went to the slip cordon were dropped. The ones that went into the air, they held on to them extremely well.
This is the scorecard. That's how the things went for the Pakistani team. Had a good start through their openers, and then Abdul Razak got bogged down, got out for 4 runs. Younis Khan playing an important innings. When he was required to add another 30-40 runs, he gave away his wicket. And then in the end, failures. And the Pakistanis getting out for 274 runs.
The early work, of course, done there by Shane Warne, picking 4 up out of the first 5. Missed out at the tail in the second innings, but that didn't matter. He did the bulk of the hard work, relieve the pressure on the quicks, but in the end it was the quick bowls that did the damage when Steve Waugh decided to take their second new ball.
A fabulous finish to a great test match, with Australia staging a final day recovery in Colombo after Pakistan was on course for its first win against the world champions in over 7 years. The series now moves to Sharjah for the second test. Our coverage commences this Friday, October the 11th, from 3:55 p.m. Eastern on 2. Well, Waqar Younis could consider his young team a trifle unlucky in the end after trailing by 188 runs on the first innings. They lacked the finishing skills required on the final day to close out Australia, but there were plenty of encouraging signs for the remainder of the series. We trust you've enjoyed our review of the opening match in the 3-test series between Australia and Pakistan. Until next time, it's goodbye.